Okay, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. A little small crowd. It's great, though. It's it's a Thanksgiving crowd. You know what I mean? The true believers come today. Okay, we're going to start with our candle lighting on page 120, and Autumn's going to come up here and light the candles for us. Yeah, sorry, it's a little leany. Usually I remember to get the bottom. I forgot today.
That one wasn't even connected.
Sorry. It's all trick matches. Small match too, so like it gets here. Yeah. Oh no, you lost them both.
There's a brush in here somewhere.
There really is.
Really? There's no wick left on it.
Do you have longer ones?
Like, I'm holding it right on there.
Do a quick candle swap.
Yeah, I'm just gonna burn.
Oh gosh.
I'm just gonna burn myself if I keep trying to do it.
The wick needs to stick up above the candle, no less than a quarter inch for it. It can't work.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta just try to relax the candle so you can see.
There you go.
Okay.
These burn so fast. It's getting down to my fingers every time.
Yeah, I've burned myself before. Shabbos miracle.
Will it stay? Oh,
There we
okay,
go.
finally.
Boom. Boom.
Finally. Oh my gosh.
You can just sit down now. You did. You know what I mean?
I haven't done the important part yet.
you just did.
No. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it. Okay, we're moving over to page. Yes, thank you. 128. Appreciate it. Hine ma tovu manaim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manaim shevet achyot gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shevet achyot gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manaim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manaim shevet achyot gam yachad. We now move to Lechado D, which you can find on page 138. Thank you. You just beat me to it every time. 138. Let me struggle for a little bit longer. Yes, I love it. We're gonna be paragraphs 1, 5, and 9, and we arrive on paragraph 9. I invite you all to stand up and face the entrance of our congregation as we greet the Shabbat bride. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. 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 Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Hishmiyanu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem letiferet v'letila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, Kiva ore kumi ori, uri shir daberi, Kivod Adonai alek negila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Please rise. Boi v'shalom ateret bal'al, Gam b'smicha uv'zolam, Toch emunei am segulam, Boi chala. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. 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 You may be seated. We now move to Shalom Aleichem, which is on page 142. It's like a race to beat Barry to the page number every time. Okay. All right. Here we go. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Boechem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Seichem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Just turn the page over to 144. Yitkadal v'yitkada shemei rabba, Be'ilma divrach yote v'yamlik malchutei, B'chayechon uv'yomechon, Uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Bagala, Uvizman ka'ariv, V'imaru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevarach, Le'alam Ulal Me'al Maya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnaseh, V'yithadar, V'yitale, V'yitalal, Shemei Kudasha, Barichu, Le'elam Min Kol Berchata V'shirata, Tushbechata V'nechemata, Da'al Mi'uran Be'alma, V'imaru, Amen. We now move to the Baruch Hu, which is on page 146. When you arrive there, I invite you to stand with me. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach, Le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach, Le'olam va'ed. You may be seated. Let's now read the English together on the top of page 149. Praise you to Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamariv Aravim. Let's also now continue in the English on the top of page 151 together. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant the Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. We now move into the Shema on page 152. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malachuto Leolam Aved. We now move into the Via Hafta on 154. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol avacha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meyodecha v'hayu hadevarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinartam levarnecha b'divarta ba'am v'shiftecha beveitecha Uvtecha hava derech, ushofecha uvkumecha, ukshartam leyot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot beineinecha, uktaftam al mizuzo beitecha, uvisharecha. Lema'an tizkeru v'achsitem et chol mitzvotai, v'tem kedoshim leloechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotzetziechem neretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem leElohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Elohechem emet. Move over to Micha Mocha on page 158. Lie, 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 mi chamocha ba'alim Adonai, mi chamocha ne'adar ba'kodesh. No ra tehilot osei efele. No ra tehilot osei efele. Lie, 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 lie. Let's read the English together on top of page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporesh sukat shalom, alenu v'akol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Now move to page 162. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. B'ni yovein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki shet yamim asa Adonai, et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz, v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Now move to the Amidah on page 164. When you arrive there, I invite you to stand with me. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol v'Hagibor v'Hanobra, El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Gula Livnei B'neihem, L'mat Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Ozer Umoshiach Umagen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Abraham, Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh Kol Atah Rab Liyoshia, Mashiach HaRuach Umarik HaGashem, Mechakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabbi. Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishanei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Giburo, Umidom Melach, Melech Memit, Umechayem, Umatzmir Yeshua, B'emanata L'chayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. We will now continue silently until page 180. You may be seated whenever you like. Say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael, ve'yakol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael, ve'yakol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'yakol Yisrael. Okay, some words of Torah. The word Torah means law in Hebrew, and often it introduces law to us in unique and what I would say unorthodox ways. First off, while the Torah contains law, codes, and ethical mandates, it doesn't present those laws in any kind of organized way that we are used to experiencing in our own modern American law code. So, for example, in our own U.S. law code, Title 4, Chapter 1, it dictates the flag code, a code that we abide by putting the American flag right here on my right, which is from Title 4, Chapter 1, Code 7K, by the way, to be specific. The American flag is on this side of me not just because we decided to put it there, but the flag code dictates that it needs to be on the right of the speaker at a podium, my right, not yours. Our modern American law code, while complex and massive, is organized in a specific way to make laws at least findable and somewhat understandable. It took me about 2 minutes to find the flag code with no fuss. The Torah, however, is full of fuss. And the Torah's laws are not so easy to find because of its completely different understanding of how to present its law code to the Jewish people. I would say the biggest difference is that the Torah presents laws in the form of values, while our American law code presents laws in the form of statutes. But a smaller difference is that the American law code is geographically based, while the Torah is designed for specific people, no matter where they are. My point is, the Torah is not beholden to present its laws in any organized or specific way, and presents its laws through both stories and values. In this week's Torah portion, there's a story where the value of the Torah is attempting to convey makes for a confusing law. It contains a famous story of the twin brothers Jacob and Esau. Now, their origin story begins with a mysterious prophecy where Rebekah is having a very difficult pregnancy, and she's asking Adonai, why is her pregnancy so horrible? And God answers, 2 nations are in your womb. 2 separate people shall issue from your body. 1 people shall be mightier than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. Adonai does not speak to matriarchs that often, so any conversation Adonai has with a matriarch is significant. And first off, Adonai is comparing Rebekah's difficult pregnancy as warring nations in her belly, which I wonder if Rebekah finds quite validating. It seems like an apt metaphor to me. But Adonai also says this is not an even fight, that in fact the younger will succeed over the older. This also flips ancient Near East traditions on its head. Traditionally, the older son inherits the leadership of the household from the father. And yet here, we have a prophecy to Rebekah from Adonai that claims that Adonai's chosen family will not live by conventional ancient Near East traditions. This prophecy then really complicates the choices that Jacob and Rebekah make while Jacob grows into a young adult. For example, Jacob is making red lentil stew when Esau comes home famished. Esau asks for some stew, and Jacob refuses to give him some unless Esau sells him his birthright. At first, Esau protests, and I believe rightfully, exclaiming that his hunger should not be traded away for his birthright. But then, inexplicably, Esau capitulates and trades his birthright for a bowl of lentil stew and bread. The Torah at no point claims that Jacob was wrong during this story, and yet most children could recognize what Jacob did was wrong. What law is the Torah conveying here? Let's move on to another example. It turns out Isaac favors Esau, and the reason why Isaac backs the wrong horse is because they both enjoy the same kind of food. So when Isaac is close to his death and he's blind, he claims that he will offer Esau his blessing. This blessing is apparently non-transferable and non-refundable. Rebekah, who backs Jacob, decides to help Jacob trick Isaac into thinking he is Esau, so he can receive this extra rare and special blessing. Thus, Rebekah isn't just a co-conspirator, but the mastermind of this blessing swap. And it works. Isaac indeed blesses Jacob over Esau. Upon realizing the subterfuge, Isaac sadly exclaims that there is no do-overs. Jacob is now the receiver of the birthright and the blessing, and is the prophesied prodigal son. Now, once again, it doesn't take a complicated moral code to see that Rebekah tricked Isaac, and it's wrong to trick people. But the Torah narrator does not mention whether what Rebekah did was good or bad. Once again, what law is our Torah conveying here? And I think when it comes to the Torah, it's easier to ask what value is the Torah conveying to the reader. One could argue that since Adonai from the very beginning foreshadowed Jacob's success, that anything Jacob did to acquire this success was permissive by Adonai, who is the arbiter of all ethical and moral actions. In other words, even if it seems sinful and horrible, if God says it's okay, it's okay. Humanity does not have the capacity or the understanding to contradict God on choices of morality. And since the narrator continues to follow Jacob and not Esau, we know that God agrees with Jacob's actions. But do we have to agree with Jacob's actions? We absolutely do not. But if we don't, then I do think we're missing an important value being conveyed by this story. And that is beautiful, thoughtful, and intricate moral codes and personal ethics only really work in a vacuum. The real world is an impossible place to keep impossibly high moral standards. We should absolutely try to be and to do good every day, and we should certainly do what is right, even if it's hard, especially if it's hard. But one thing Judaism understands is that a person does not have the brain capacity to think up all the weird ways the real world can mess with our morality. The Talmud masterfully illustrates this all the time. For example, if you were to see a $20 bill on the ground and you ask someone to pick it up, who owns those $20? The person who lost it, but long gone, the person who saw it first, or the person who touched it first? The Talmud scholars argue about this kind of stuff constantly. Because it turns out, morality is hardly ever clear in the real world. If it were, we would not need Talmud scholars, or even really lawyers for that matter. So I believe the Torah is conveying an important value to us in the story of Jacob and Esau. Shrewdness and cunning have a place in our law code. That's often not enough to be just good, one also must be smart. I believe God is specifically telling us that God doesn't discredit shrewd acts among the tools needed to navigate a difficult and complex world. And we see these values again and again in our Tanakh, with Joseph's story, which is coming up next, and all the way to King Solomon, whose shrewdness is his biggest asset in ruling the land of Israel. I'm not saying that one should be shrewd instead of kind, or cunning instead of being good. What I am saying is the Torah offers us permission to be shrewd and cunning in service of making our world a better place. And this is what makes our Torah and modern law code so different. The Torah can convey complex values that help us navigate a difficult and messy world, while our flag code tells us what we can and cannot do with our American flag. This is why I consider our Torah to be a living text, because the ideas, values, and ethics we tease from it are dynamic and changing depending on what our society needs and how we evolve to understand the morality within it. Thank you. We're now moving to the Misha Berach, the prayer for healing on page 371. And in our own community, we're thinking about Ras Rumack, Frank Erskine, Haley Goodstein, Alex Bortnick, Micah Purdy, Susan Mermelstein, Megan Krass, Kara Clift, and Deborah Meridian. If there's someone who you are thinking about who's in need of healing, please feel free to say their names out loud or in your hearts. Misheberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu Mekor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We now move to the Elenu on page 587 of your prayer books. And when you arrive there, I invite you to stand. And I arrived there too. There we go. Elenu l'shabbat la'adon ha'kol la'tekidulan le'yoser breshit shehu sam chelkenu le'chedet shemo v'garalenu le'hamlik malchuto v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. 591. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Love each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity, and cause the light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai l'melech kol ha'aretz bayom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad Ushemo echad. We now turn to the Mourner's Kaddish on page 598 of our prayer books. And in our own community, we're thinking about Jose Kravitz, Sylvia Goldman, Elaine Klein, Shirley Mintz, Mortimer Weinberg, Marshall Zeman, and we're in the Peter Shloshim for Rabbi Fred Wenger and Bob Goodstein. If there's someone who you are mourning for, please feel free to say their names out loud or in your hearts. Zichronam livracha, and the memories be for a blessing. Yit kadal, yit kadash, shemei rabah, bilma divra, chayote v'amlik malchute, b'chayechon uvyamechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarak le'alam ulamei almaya, yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitba'ar v'yitbramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudasha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nachamata, da'amiran be'alma v'yamru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, l'chaim alini v'akol Yisrael, v'yamru, amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, alini v'akol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, amen. You may be seated. I'm going to invite our board president up here, Roy, to offer a few announcements.
Thank you, Rabbi. You are all welcome here. You all belong here. We have our regular Shabbat evening services at 6 p.m. every Friday. On the second Friday, we have a double feature with Tot Shabbat at 6 and a more adult-focused Shabbat service at 7:15. There's oneg after the first one. Sometimes there's oneg after both when we have to. It's a little bit free form. Speaking of oneg, if you would like to sponsor an oneg, you're certainly welcome to. If you have a particular anniversary, a yard site, a birthday, something that is important to you, and there's a sign-up sheet just outside those doors if you'd like to sign up for that. And do please join us for oneg afterwards, after services here this evening. Our Shabbat morning services and Torah study are from 10:30 to about noon every Saturday, right here in person. During the week, we have two Minyan prayer services, one on Wednesdays that's by Zoom only, 8:30 to 9, and one that's on Thursday mornings, 8:30 to 9, here in person, and that's followed, for those who'd like to, with breakfast at Kava Pancake House on Muldoon. Special events on third Saturday of the month. There's an opportunity to distribute food to the hungry at Fairview Rec Center on East 10th Avenue. If you show up around 1 o'clock, you can help with setting up the distribution. The actual distribution is closer to 2, so that's an opportunity to fulfill that mitzvah if you feel called to do so. We have on Wednesdays our Board of Trustees meeting. Slightly different this next month, though. I'll mention that when we get to our semi-annual meeting. The board normally meets in the synagogue library over there. All CBS members are always welcome and encouraged to attend the board meetings. Our religious school is on Sundays. It starts at 9:30 with Hebrew classes, and at 10 o'clock, Shabbat Time Machine, trademark. And then classes for all ages, including an adult discussion cafe. I asked them what it's called, and they said, well, we're not sure, it's Simon's thing. So yeah, we're calling it Adult Discussion Cafe, or at least that's what we called it last week.
We're going to Heschel.
Yes, Heschel's book on Shabbat. I'm hosting an informal study group on Fridays after Oneg for people who want to improve their ability to read from our Siddur in the Latin alphabet, Roman alphabet transliteration on the left side. And I will be doing that after Oneg today in the library. I will not be here next Friday, so I will not be doing that. I will be elsewhere. Fourth Saturdays of the month, we have Torah Uncensored with Rabbi Obleth for at least 1 or 2 more sessions on the concept of chosenness. And I think he's got a short alternate topic for later in 2025. So that's free for CBS members, and there's a registration fee for non-members. Either way, it uses something other than a regular Zoom room, so you need to look at frozenchosen.org to find out that information. And a couple other big things coming up. For CBS members, please put this in your calendar. Our semi-annual meeting for next month is Sunday, December 15th at 1 p.m. We will meet here in the sanctuary. People also can join via Zoom. There are 6 seats on the Board of Trustees, which are open right now, and we have several candidates. I'm very excited that we have more candidates than seats. That's how it should be. So please come. There's 1 vote per member family unit. So if you're all, anyway, one per member family unit. And so please attend, please vote. The semi-annual meeting as such will be followed then by the regular December board meeting of the Board of Trustees, which is also open to all CBS members. And our CBS Hanukkah celebration will be here on December 27th. I think that's 6 p.m. Does that sound right?
Yes.
I think 6 p.m. All right. Are there other announcements? Does anyone else have other announcements that I might have forgotten? All right. Glad you're here. See you in Oneg shortly. Back to you, Rabbi.
Yes, thanks. Okay, closing melody, 647. Ozi Bazim Raya. Hear my own kid back there talking. Okay. Ozi Vazim Raya Vayahi Lishua 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 Ozi Vazim Raya Vayahi Lishua. Shabbat Shalom.